What's up everyone, ILIA Plonks on this channel. Welcome back to ILIA Plonks Educational. This is a series of videos which can be used by both beginners and intermediate players. In this format we take a closer look at the logs that we get as I play and explain on the go. So no time pressure compared to the competitive play. And yeah, today I'm gonna be playing a community world streaks. Your best streak is 0, it shows at the moment, because I've never played this format, so it will be probably just country streaks, I guess. So let's play and see, and I'll explain some stuff. Okay, round 1 we get Canada here, so I guess we won't be focusing on some region-specific meta. I'll rather explain some stuff which is important to not miss a country. In this case, we have a Gen 3 location. How do you know it's Gen 3? You'll have this kind of blur on the car, and as probably already explained in some of the videos, you can easily tell apart the US from Canada when you have Gen 3, because in Canada you'll always have the double bump here and on the other side, while in the US it will be always like 4 even bumps, so 1, 2 and then 3, 4. So in Canada 2 of them look different, kinda separated. So yeah, here I'll be clicking Canada without really focusing on... okay, so you can basically only click a country here, okay? So yeah, we're clicking Canada here, and it's right. Here we've got the stubby antenna, or is it a stubby actually? Huh. Now I'm a bit confused. Yeah, it's probably not the stubby, it's the one version that you see in Cambodia, because we have some Cambo palms here. This is a good meta for Cambo. I guess the official name should be Palmyra palms, if I'm not mistaken. So if you can see this antenna clearly, it will have like 3 ridges, and they will look very thin compared to the stubby antenna you find in Colombia, Ecuador and so on. So yeah, I would say the architecture looks kinda Asian more than Brazilian, so I'm clicking Cambo here, and we move over to the next round. Okay, all white lines. Driving left, sun should be north. Yeah, this should be enough to identify Australia. So eucalypts everywhere. Yeah, not much to say here. Clicking Australia, and that's correct again. What a surprise. Here we've got the first meta you learn when you start playing geoguessr. It's the Ganotape, yeah. Of course, it's useful to know that some cars in Ghana will have yellow plates. It's mainly the commercial cars. Otherwise, yeah, we're just clicking Ghana somewhere and go next. Here we've got Traverse Bizalian and what looks to be a French plate, like normal size, blue from both sides. yeah, so the French language is the biggest clue here to identify the French Riviera. Otherwise, yeah, I've talked through the plates. Yeah, if you ever to confuse this with Spain, you can always think of the Spanish signs not having this white border around it. So this is very important to know. And also, the Spanish pedestrian crossing sign has the most lines. How do you call them? So just below the person here in France you'll get like 5, and in Spain you'll get 8 of them. 8 lines, which is like the maximum you can get in Europe. Okay, let's click France and move on. Quis vitis fogado. So we've got A-frame poles here, supported by some concrete blocks. We've got I won't guarantee, but it looks like Hungarian. Blue car driving right. Quite a flat landscape, tiled or fake tiled roofs. Yeah, so this should all check out for Hungary in this case. I'll click Hungary, and it was indeed middle. Okay. A very beautiful log with a lot of cabbage. So how are you telling apart your Asian countries? So Japan obviously has a low cam, so the camera is located a little bit lower than in all other countries except for Switzerland and Sri Lanka. Yeah, if you play a decent amount of games, you'll identify this clearly. Also, we have Taiwan, which is like which will have these striped paint on the bottom of the pole, but it always goes down to the bottom, so down to earth. Let's put it this way. In South Korea, the sticker, it will be like on the bottom of the pole, but not touching the soil. Yeah, and also out of these 3 countries you may confuse, like South Korea is the only one, I guess, with this car, with this like Argentina type of car. Yeah, let's click South Korea and see what we got next. So yeah, again, eucalypts everywhere. These are Australian bollards. Red reflector from one side, white or gray from the other side. You'll get a little bit of red soil, like Brazilian looking red soil in places. So yeah. But as I said, we are not focused on region guessing here, other not missing the country. Was max southwest, okay. This might look like an Australian bollard, but you'll notice that the reflector is much shorter compared to Australia, and also you have like a Mediterranean looking vegetation and this salt and pepper pavement. Yeah, which would suggest Turkey, of course. And the white car should confirm. So in most cases you'll get either a white car or gray pickup truck which is with this landscape like almost exclusively Turkey. Yeah, I would say this lock is somewhere near Antalya, but yeah, we don't need to. Okay, it was Bodrum, yeah. Same coast. Next round, Tuxtla. Let me look at the car. So there we have the stubby antenna I was talking about. It's blurred again, so yeah. This antenna is only found in Mexico, Colombia, Ecuador and Brazil. So these 4 countries do have the stubby antenna. It's like a short and thick black antenna with the wire going around it. But it's like, yeah, here we'll have to use our vegetation knowledge and pole knowledge. So here we have a pole that looks octagonal, and octagonal poles are only found in Mexico. Of course, if we only take into account these 4 countries I've already described. So yeah, this has to be Mexico. Yeah, the landscape doesn't particularly strike as Mexican to me, but yeah, I mean, the pole should be enough to rule out all other options. So somewhere here maybe. Okay, it was Chiapas. I thought it was kind of Colima, Guerrero, maybe. Okay. Here we've got Australia for the 3rd time today. Yeah, lots of eucalypts, all white lines. Yeah, actually, this is very useful. If you see sugarcane in Australia, it's always northeast, so there's no other place you'll find sugarcane. So if I had to guess, I'd go somewhere around here. Yeah, okay, it was Queensland, a little bit more south from where I clicked, but anyway. So Queensland is always a good guess if you see sugarcane. Okay, moving over to the US probably. What is the meta that gives away US here? Of course, the double yellow lines, the reflectors, which are found like in the middle of the middle lines. Some rumble strips as well. Of course, wooden poles. And short number plates. I mean, I don't know if you see it here. Yeah, okay, on the black car you can definitely see the plate is way shorter than you will see in the EU countries. So yeah, and the vegetation looks kind of southern, so Canada is not really a consideration for me here. Yeah, it was New Jersey, that's correct. And we move to Sweden round. City names and directional signs in Sweden are, I guess, always blue. And in Sweden you'll get the outer short dashes, while in Norway they will be a little bit longer. And also, of course, yeah, there is likely no place in Norway that will have this flatness. So you can safely click Sweden, especially when you see these bollards, which look like German bollards, but a little bit higher. So actually bollards are not so popular in Sweden, I would say. So it's not like every lock that would have them. Every German lock will indeed have them. So yeah, this should be a free Sweden. Was max south, okay. This is a very nice lock, so we can see no car here, but with the giant blur that we have, we can assume that it's a pickup truck. And yeah, looking at all these people and the landscape, you should probably consider Africa only. And in Africa, out of the places that have official street view coverage, so Senegal is the only one which will have this type of French ladder pole. Actually, you can see in the distance there's another pole top that is extremely popular in France and Spain. So this should be easy Senegal. Yeah, but of course it's way easier when you see the big pickup truck, which is not the case here. Anyway, this should not confuse you, and you should always go Senegal on this. Some mountainous country. I mean, it's an easy Bhutan, but I'm just thinking how I can explain this without using the word vibes. Yeah, basically all Bhutan coverage is a Gen 3 made with a silver or gray car with the brake light visible. So here is like you get the case where, yeah, you could probably like think it's gray, but it's not like 100% certainty, right? So yeah, probably the vegetation is what gives it away, because it looks very tropical, but at the same time you get like pines, you get like unpaved roads everywhere. This is what should make you consider Bhutan. Yeah, and in most cases you'll have some concrete blocks along the roads, but I would see this road not to be like high elevation compared to the normal stuff you'll see in Bhutan. Was middle. Okay. This camera quality is known as shit cam, and shit cam is found in India, Nigeria, rarely Ecuador and Sri Lanka, and Cambo as well. Yeah, and some newer coverage in Europe also has shit cam, but like Indian is by far the most known one, and it's like 90% of the country will have this. So yeah, also a white or a red boxcar combined with like concrete poles with different pole tops should make you consider India. Yeah, in this case I can see some eucalypts, I can see some like northern type of vegetation. So basically you can always consider India when you see this camera quality. Yeah, but otherwise I'll just be clicking north. It was north, but the other side in Chandigarh. Okay, fair enough. Okay, this is another country where car meta is very helpful, but let us first talk through landscape and infrastructure meta. So big concrete poles with like a trident pole tops, striped signposts, a big amount of palms, red soil, and yeah, you can also see some of the poles having holes in them. Tiled roofs actually as well is a good clue for this country. And the most importantly, the car meta. So in Gen 3, when you see a car which looks like a French flag in the front, so blue, white and red, will always be Sri Lanka, especially combined with the landscape meta I listed before. So yeah, we should be in some hilly part of the country, so never click north on this. It's rather middle or more southern. Let's go next. So we've got round poles here, a decent amount of banana palms, oil palms as well, and like these thin poles with different coloring schemes, yeah, and a very narrow road, so you can see that two cars, especially at high speed, would definitely feel a little bit uncomfortable driving through this turn. This all should push you towards Indonesia, so here I don't see that the driving direction is obvious, but I mean, yeah. So Indonesia will have narrow roads. The middle line could be either yellow or white. Everything is possible, but yeah. This type of pole, like round concrete or metal base combined with like 3 insulators, could be even or uneven or asymmetrical, is always Indonesia. My guess here would be Sumatra, probably with the poles being concrete and mixed pole tops. Yeah, we have some red soil. Actually, Cali could be a possibility too, yeah, but if I played solo, I'll click Sumatra here. It was indeed North Sumatra, Sumatera Utara. We'll go over to the next round. This looks kind of East European, indeed, and here we might be in trouble, actually. Maybe? I mean, we have A-frame poles and the architecture looks kind of Soviet or Russian, but the main thing is that we have a blue car here, which is never the case in Russia. So our focus should be on the Baltic countries, which are Estonia, Lithuania and Latvia. But if you see like a U-shape, like a wide U-shaped pole top in the Baltics, you're most likely to be in Lithuania, I guess. So this will be my guess here, and I hope we don't lose our streak here. Yeah, we do. Let me check what I missed here, so you know this as well. Okay, I'm not sure I could have done better here. Maybe I just needed another... I mean, okay, if I saw the bollards, of course it's way easier. But otherwise, yeah, probably if I saw this sign, because it doesn't look too Russian, I would say, because Lithuania is the country that has the most Russian looking signage. And Latvia and Estonia look a little bit different. Thank you guys for watching this. I hope I could help you improve your skill level a little bit. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Any feedback is appreciated. I'll see you later for more geoguessr stuff on this channel. Cheers.